I'm running a trail half marathon in 2025, so let's fucking go. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, January. January was a journey, I'd say. A journey of self-discovery. And I mostly discovered that I can run, sometimes far, sometimes fast, sometimes not that fast. Also I discovered that I'm now unemployed, so that's fun. But hey, February's here, and I'm not gonna get some unemployment shit get me down. But hey, I still got the running, and in fact, I'm doubling down on that. The goals this month are, let's just say, aspirational. You could also say delusional, but that's always a fine line. Goal number 1. No more last place, just finishing. The Seiza half marathon is coming closer, and I'm training really hard to not come in dead last. I'm aiming for something like a respectable second to last place, if that's a thing. Goal number 2. More half marathons. In fact, I'm running 2 of them in February in preparation. But in order to achieve goal number 3, which is more rest, I'm gonna switch up my training routine. I'm not going to run these half marathons back to back and do another week of 18 or 20 kilometers. Honestly, I'm supposed to be taking more rest days, but sometimes life gets in the way. And by life, I mean that I sometimes tend to forget that rest days are even a thing, but nobody's perfect, right? And then there's this whole unemployment thing that's looming over my head. And let me tell you, it's been an experience for sure. I've applied to everything from professional squirrel whisperer to human statue, and the rejections have been motivational, to say the least. Also, I still need that doctor's note for the registration to the race to be fully completed. It's proving to be a bit of a challenge because I just moved here a few months ago and I don't know anyone, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, February, it's going to be a month. Join me for the chaos, the questionable life choices I made, and the inevitable existential dread. It will certainly be something. So let's start with this week's tempo run. 4 sets of 600 meters or 0.37 miles at a speed unsustainable for longer distances. It is a beautiful day for a run as well, so no complaints here. On Wednesday, it was time for an upper body workout to keep the rest of my body in decent shape too. You see, a lot of runners tend to neglect strength training, and that usually puts them at a high risk for various injuries. You see, I don't want my hobby to wreck my body, so that's why I gotta take care of it. Alrighty, despite being laid off and my contract ending at the end of April, I still apparently need to go on business trips. I guess my work is still needed and kind of valuable, and that makes me feel a little bit better about myself, so there's that. But because of that, I need to adapt my long run this week. I don't know my way around here, so I don't want to go on any trails, because that's too much of a risk for me. I plan on doing a half marathon, and not knowing my way around here, I want to keep it simple, so I'm going to do a park run. I'm going to run mostly on flat ground, and that way I can keep myself relatively safe and close to civilization. Also, it's a great way to gauge how much of a difference flat ground and the terrain makes, so I guess I'll see how everything goes. Alright, so this week's half marathon attempt. About that, well, you see, running in the winter months comes with its own set of challenges, especially if you forget to bring your headlamp, which I did. Again, I didn't learn my lesson from last time. Also, it turns out running on a flat cycling path for about 2 hours straight is pretty boring. I swear I saw the same squirrel like 5 times. He was judging me. So yeah, I cut the run short, it got dark, I got bored, and honestly I was probably starting to hallucinate squirrels. Next time, Headlamp. Got it. Trying to remember that. Alright, so week 2 of February. New week, new me, I guess, and hopefully less squirrel haunted me for sure. Despite last week's half marathon mishap, I'm feeling actually pretty good. Motivated even. That's crazy, right? And this week, I'm finally calling a doctor to schedule that important appointment to get that all-important race note. Actually, I was able to send them an email and just wanted to get this shot for dramatic effect. And then it's going to be tempo time. I'm hitting the track for another tempo run. Once again, I'm doing 4 sets of 600 meters and I'm aiming for a 5:45 pace. Let's see if these legs still remember how to go fast. Alrighty, just finished that tempo run. Ticked all the boxes. It went as well as I could imagine. I was able to maintain the desired speed throughout all of the intervals, so that's great. The weather is shit, it's cold as fuck. It just rained all day and now it's foggy, you can't see shit. Not great conditions to be outside. And then it is time for round 2. The half marathon rematch is happening. I'm not on a business trip this week, so no excuses here. Alrighty, this place is about the halfway point of this course. The last time I attempted a half marathon here, at this point I really needed to poop. So let me just say I was under a lot of pressure to get home as quickly as possible. Oh boy, that was exhausting as fuck with all of the snow and the terrible trail conditions. But folks, I did it. 21 kilometers, 13 miles, a little under 3 hours, and 0 poop pants. I might not look like it right now, but I'm pretty happy about that. And then I'm going to try and tackle that rest day stuff. So to unwind after all of that running, I'm attending a local basketball game. They have pretty decent nachos, so that's going to be a plus too. It's time to recharge these batteries of the, well, let's say, whirlwind of the past few weeks. Like seriously, like January and the first few weeks of February were like a fever dream. Well then folks, let's take a look at the agenda of this week of recharging. What's going on? I don't know, but that's been life lately. Like, I know I just ran a half marathon last week, but I'm still upping my mileage this week. Usually I ran like 25 kilometers in total in a week, so the majority of one run was during my long run, and the rest of the mileage was during the tempo runs. I'm trying to switch that up here so that I'm running a total of 30 kilometers, but I'm trying to break it into more smaller runs. Don't worry, I'm not going full Forrest Gump on you, whatever the fuck that means. Basically, I'm just keeping my runs shorter to minimize wear and tear on my precious joints. And I know I could make a lazy joke about smoking weed right here, but I don't do that. What? I'm trying to sprinkle in another one of those tempo runs again. I want to increase my pace during the running segments of that run to 5:30. Let's be honest, it's pretty decent for me, but it's probably slow for some other more advanced runners. But it's my video, so I get to decide what's fast and what's not, so if you don't agree with that, fuck off. Also, just don't put your favorite hat in the washing machine. It still works, it's still fine, but it doesn't resemble what it used to be. Just like me after high school. Honestly, this week is so weird. The other day it's freezing cold. You couldn't go more onion style and put on as much layers as possible to be warm. And today I actually wish I was wearing shorts. Pretty warm now. And then there's the apparently never-ending saga of job hunting. It's not been going great so far. It's been less than motivational, but I still have to keep pushing. Wish me luck, or some potions, and by potions I mean coffee. Whatever you can send might help me, might not, but it's free, so that's cool.
And I just got the first job interview next week. That's a great way to end the week. Finally, some really good news. I'm quite happy about that.
Also, I'm hitting the local library this week. Somehow I gotta get my rest in between all of the running, and also I somehow want to get my book fix in because I love reading, and reading is such a relaxing activity. I want to do more of it, but also I want to live a more budget conscious and sustainable lifestyle. I promise you it's only partly motivated by the fear of getting laid off and not finding another job that pays my bills. Week 4, you guys. The final week before this month is finally over, and oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, I've felt the effect of the past few weeks quite heavily. All of that running, all of that job hunting, all of that socializing, all of the efforts to try and take it easy. It's tough, man. But hey, I think I did quite well. You see, I did not hit the mileage that I set myself out to do last week, but what gives? I had fun cycling and it was pretty nice weather, so I'm very happy about that. But also, it was still exhausting. I might have overdone it for just a teeny tiny bit. But that's alright. That's why I'm taking it a little easier this week. I might do a run here and there, but I'm mostly going to be off my feet for the majority of the week because I am stupid and I set myself the goal to do 2 half marathons in the month of February. And guess what? That month is over on Friday. So I'm probably taking all the time I can get until then to relax, recharge my batteries, and then try to knock the second half marathon out of the park this month.
And then it just started hailing, oh my god. What's up, you guys? I did it. Half marathon number 2 in the books. Time of 2:50. It's almost 10 minutes faster than last time. But boy, that might have been a little much. My hip flexor started tightening up on the uphills and I started to feel a little pain. So I'm definitely gonna take it easy for a couple of days. Maybe do a recovery week next week.
And dare I say it, I have a job interview. It's for a pretty social job. I'm excited about the opportunity, even though it's just part-time. But it seems like such a more meaningful job than the corporate shit that I used to peddle. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I hope that I get it. Or at least I hope that I do well. Because it's the first interview since I started the process of applying. Alrighty then, forgot to recap the month. So I ran a total of 95.9 kilometers, finished 2 half marathons, even though that was a bit much, so I might be aiming lower next month, certainly will. The pain in my hip right now is surely going to go away, but it's not going to get better if I keep doing more, so noted. I had 1 job interview that went quite well. I got invited for a second round, and we'll see where things go from here. So, turbulent month, but a lot of things that I got done. And so if you watched until here, thank you so much for watching again. I'm certainly going to continue this series because it gives me something to do and something to look forward, and it's quite fun. And let's see if I can keep this up somehow to maintain that form until the race is finally there in the summer. See ya!